Welcome to the Living Artist Podcast. I'm your host, Preston M. Smith. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Living Artist Podcast. I'm Preston M. Smith, at PMS Artwork everywhere on internet land and socials. I want to thank you for landing on this podcast. Whether you're a professional artist, just getting started in the art world, a collector of art, or just consider yourself a creative person, this podcast has something for you. I like to think of it as a fun way to rant and talk to other creative people about living the life of an artist, surviving and getting ahead in the art world, and enjoying your life. But most importantly, not waiting until you're dead to make it happen. All right, let's get started.
Tired of screwing up, tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town. Oh my, oh hell yes, honey put on that party dress. Buy me a drink, sing me a song, tap me as I come 'cause I can't stay long. Last dance with Mary Jane, one more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in and I'm tired of this town again. Well, there's pigeons down on Market Square. She's standing in her underwear. Look.
Okay. Oh, wow. I had this great idea to do that song as Tom Petty and then morph into Bob Dylan and then maybe into somebody like Tom Waits or something. But it just went awry. I realized it was getting too long and I just couldn't keep it up. It was getting ridiculous. But I saw somebody else do this one time. I think it was Family Guy. They had them all talking to each other and nobody could understand what they were saying. I was listening to Last Dance with Mary Jane the other day, and man, oh man, that's a great song. Tom Petty, we miss you. And what a great music video, too. Remember back in the day when music videos actually were a thing and mattered, and people were like, oh, couldn't wait to watch them and talk about them. Yeah, this one had Kim Basinger, or Kim Basinger, however you want to say it, in the video. A very iconic video. But watching it now, I was realizing, I was like, I don't know if they could get away with this music video anymore in the world of wokeness and cancel culture. But anyway, very good metaphorical video. And I remember as a kid going like, oh, he's having a last dance with Mary Jane. That's her name. It's Mary Jane. Had no idea that we were talking about the weed, which is now legal, of course, in most states. But anyway, yeah, just wanted to be a little wacky up top here before we get into the business, which we're going to get into right now. So you may be wondering, where the hell is he going to go with this? I'm going to let you choose your own adventure of sorts. Could it be path A, how Tom Petty gets compared to Bob Dylan, who gets compared to the guy from the lead singer of The War on Drugs, and how people sound similar and look similar, but are very different still? Or you can choose door B, which is all about nostalgia and getting into the creative mindset through connecting with your past and nostalgia. Or you could choose door C, whatever, which is a more literal choose your own adventure, literal on the actual lyrics themselves of tired of myself, tired of this town, and reinventing yourself or looking at yourself and your artwork from a different perspective. So what's it going to be?
Path A! Door B!
Path C. Great choice.
Oh, forget about it.
I think it's healthy from time to time to step back and take stock in yourself, what you're doing, question certain beliefs that you've had or certain patterns that you've developed over the years. I know I've been going through a very introspective year this year with chronic pain and then learning how to deal with a lot of that with the Curable app, which has really taken me down the rabbit hole with like past trauma and past conditioning and certain types of patterns that I've developed over the years that could be contributing to this chronic pain. And I think it's interesting because that's a very big parallel, I think, with our work sometimes, how we can get into certain patterns, whether they be positive, negative, or even detrimental to our career. Someone recently reached out to me on Instagram and said, how do you come up with the ideas for your podcast episodes? And I just said, well, a lot of times I'll just, force some action, get in the studio or get in front of the microphone and just force some stuff. Like, that's true. I did today with the Tom Petty thing. I was just like, had the idea when I sat down and just rolled with it. Didn't let myself edit myself and go, oh, that's a stupid idea. Maybe it is a stupid idea, but hey, it launched a whole idea for the podcast. But the real answer is, with creativity, whether that be writing or painting or music, they always tell you to write what you know or do what you know. And what I know right now is what's going on with me and what I'm dealing with. And I know with humanity that a lot of stuff that's going on with me is probably going on with a lot of people out there. I mean, I hope not, because it's been a little bit of a mind fuck. But anyway, I'm sure some people are experiencing this or will experience this in some form or another in their lifetime or in their career. So I just thought it was worth talking about a little bit. And it really paralleled kind of what I was going through when I was waiting tables, when I was waiting, no pun intended, to get out of the restaurant business and get into painting full time and doing art full time, being a professional artist. And I just felt like there was so much efforting and resistance that was going on during that period where I was just almost like my worst enemy. And I was taking myself way too seriously. And I realized that, man, let's just I've got a sense of humor. Just laugh at yourself a little bit. Step out of yourself for a minute and just see the kind of comedic aspect of this, the kind of farce of you being stuck here in this job, doing something so the opposite of what you want to be doing, and just appreciate the humor in that a little bit. And I started to do that, and I started to lighten up a bit, and it started to have a real effect on my mindset, how I dealt with customers, and how I actually ended up being able to leave my job eventually. So that wouldn't have happened if I had not almost reached a little bit of a spiritual breaking point where I was just like, okay, it shook me out of it. It almost shook me out of my body. It was like an out-of-body experience where I just realized, like somebody hit me over the head with a ton of bricks. You need to develop a different perspective on this. You need to see yourself from a different perspective. And that's what I guess we're going to talk about a little bit today. This is going to be probably a short one, but it's similar to the lyrics in that, tired of myself, tired of this town. Oh, my. Okay. Anyway, maybe this is something that can be a game changer in your art or in your art practice a little bit. If you are finding yourself beating your head up against the wall a little bit, or maybe your art is getting a little stale, you've done some things, you're just kind of getting into the studio and you're like, oh, another one of these. I'm creating another cat painting. I'm sure there's a very small percentage of you that are just creating cat paintings, but I know some really good artists who do cat paintings. Eva Falka is one of them that I really like. I hope I said her name right, but her stuff's really good. It has a whimsical and highly stylized take on cat paintings, and I think it's really great. And actually, we're doing a call right now at Shockbox. It's called Here Kitschy Kitschy, which is all about animal portraits. But I digress. We'll get back to it. So the thing is maybe you just get in there and you're like, oh man, another cat or whatever, another ocean scene or another textured painting, even if you want to get a little bit closer to home with me. And maybe you've gotten a little stale with it and you're starting to feel like you need to be shooken up a little bit. You need that out-of-body experience. So that's healthy. And I think those are the best points, because any time where you're really starting to question yourself or you're feeling a little bit stuck or antsy, you're feeling a little bit there's something needs to change. There's a momentum shift that's about to happen. That's great. You are ripe for something very exciting to happen if you are open to it and if you're listening to it. You could push forward and just continue doing the cat paintings or the ocean paintings or the textured stuff that you're doing the same way. Or you can step back a little bit and go, do I need to be doing this? Let me listen to my inner voice and really tune into that. What's this antenna? I got my antenna up. What's it telling me? What is my instinct telling me right now? Is this what I should keep doing? Should I just put my head down and power through and keep doing this? Or is there something else available? Am I ripe for a little bit of a breakthrough? Believe me, when you do these things, when you just sit with yourself for a bit and take a moment, whether that's through meditation or just, whatever, pacing around in your studio or going for a walk in the forest or on the beach or around your block even, get outside, get some oxygen, and really think about this. And maybe you need to shake it up a little bit. Maybe you just need to get in there and just throw some paint on the canvas or smash whatever you got on the wheel and start fresh and just see what happens. Just shake it out and just go, all right, I'm going to let a little bit of automatism take over here and just see where it takes me. Maybe you have a little bit of a breakthrough. And, maybe it's something that's a little more calculated. Maybe you're the type of person that needs to sit down and do some research and get inspired a different way. And that can also lead you in a different direction, which is great. But again, like I said before, maybe it's just as simple as I'm taking myself a little too seriously. If you find that you're doing this and you're just really in a depressive state, or you're having a kind of an existential crisis, like nobody's taking me seriously, or I'm not getting to the place where I need to in my career, and nobody's really just paying attention to me or giving me my due or giving me that shot. Well, sometimes, I hate to say it, but sometimes you are your own biggest obstacle. So maybe you're looking in the wrong direction. Maybe sometimes you just need to look within a little bit and just say, you know what, fuck this. I'm taking myself too seriously. I'm going to go out and watch a stupid slapstick comedy, or I'm going to go to a show, or I'm going to go meet some friends and do something stupid. Maybe I'm going to go play some miniature golf or, whatever. I can't think of anything else really stupid right now. I love miniature golf, by the way. But just do something to shake yourself up and to give yourself a new perspective, not take yourself too seriously. Maybe you just need to get wacky. You need to do something outside of the box a little bit. Maybe you try a new sport or try a new medium. Maybe you've never tried an instrument before. Sometimes just giving yourself like a different outlet of expression will make a world of difference. Like I know sometimes when I used to feel blocked, I would just write or something. I would go write some poetry, or I would play my guitar, or just whatever it is that shakes you up a little bit, gives you a different creative outlet and gives you a new perspective, maybe connects you with some different people, or just connects you with yourself in a different way. Then you can come back in and hit the canvas or the easel or the table or the kiln or whatever it is that you're doing with a fresh pair of eyes. And that's all you need to do. Look, I've been called the hardest working man in the art world. I've been called that by many people, and I don't know if they were saying it in a positive or negative way, but sometimes it's okay to take that break. Sometimes it's okay to take stock and take a moment to do something different. And let's say, like I've learned that recently, I used to just go every day, sometimes 6-7 days a week. And the chronic pain in a weird way has been a blessing because it's forced me to pause a little bit here and there. I'm still working a lot. I'm still working every day during the week at least, and, getting a lot of productivity, but I will take an hour for myself sometimes now and do the Curable app and do some stretches and do my exercises and stuff and reconnect with myself. And that's just been invaluable. And I'm hoping that I'm going to come out of this once I finally am able to manage it. I'm hoping that I'm going to come out of this a better person, a stronger person, and a stronger artist for it. So think about doing something like this in your own life. Don't wait until you get into chronic pain. Please don't wait until you get into chronic pain. But just don't be afraid to take those moments to reevaluate and to get out of your own head and to maybe shake things up and not take yourself as seriously as you have been. I think it can make a world of difference. Being an artist is an ever-moving target. You know what I mean? Making a career as an artist. You're always changing. I've been doing this professionally, or at least semi-professionally, for a good 20 years now, and that's not including school. And I know a lot of periods in there I've had to readjust, I've had to adapt, I've had to take new perspectives, I've tried new approaches, I have tried new people, I've tried new areas of town. You know what I mean? I've tried everything. So there's nothing wrong with that, and we should always be looking to evolve as artists. And just to bring it back to the Tom Petty song for a minute, it's like saying goodbye to a chapter in your life sometimes with fondness, like Last Dance with Mary Jane. It's maybe it's saying goodbye to an old crutch that has been holding you back. Or maybe it's just saying hello to a new era that you're going to bring in. So, hey, see what I did? I brought it all back there. Sometimes these things just work out. Or maybe you're sitting there going like, that didn't fucking work out at all. Either way, that's the episode for today. I hope you got something out of it and got some more interviews coming up, some cool stuff coming up. So keep an eye out for that. And in the meantime, be good to each other, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, wait a minute. Since I didn't get my path, my choose your own adventure. I'm taking us out this time.
Yeah, sure. Have at it.
All the vampires walking through the valley, move west down Ventura Boulevard.
That's the wrong
And all
song.
the bad
Okay, whatever.
boys are standing in the shadows, and the good girls are home with broken hearts. They're free, free falling. Yeah, free, free falling.
This has been the Living Artist Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I just want you to know that I appreciate you being here, and I'm grateful to be in your ears. Your art and creative life on this planet is meaningful, so thank you for sharing it with me. If you like this podcast, whatever platform you're listening to it on, please subscribe and share it with your friends. You can also leave me a positive review to show your support. This helps me to reach more people with the algorithmic magic and keep the show going strong. If you want to see more of what I do and check out the art that I create, you can visit my website at www.pmsartwork.com or follow me on social media everywhere at PMS Artwork. That's it for now. See you back here next time.